Hey guys, Kenny here. I'm here to review the 1990 gangster movie, The Godfather Part 3. This is the third and final installment in the Corleone Godfather trilogy, and this is also part of the Coppola restoration. This is another movie that's really good in the trilogy. This is the one that's the least liked and the one that gets the most criticism, and I don't understand why. The basic plot about this is Michael Corleone, he's aging, and his power's starting to wane in the Corleone family as the Godfather, and he's also trying to rectify the bad things that he did in his family, like abusing his wife, having people killed, and he's also trying to just clear his conscience along while there's this new young guy who's played by Andy Garcia. On this stars Al Pacino, Dan Keaton, Talia Shire, Andy Garcia, Eli Wallach, who's also famous for being in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the third part of the spaghetti western Man with No Name trilogy with Clint Eastwood, and he was also in Mystic River. Eli Wallach, Joe Mantegna, Bridget Fonda, George Hamilton, yeah, and Francis Ford Coppola's daughter, Sofia Coppola. And Andy Garcia plays this new young guy who's wanting to try and become the new head of the family, and he does, and he's also trying to marry Sofia Coppola's character. Michael Corleone is really against it at first, and he's also trying to tell him that you don't want to, please don't try and be a part of the head of this family. You don't want that responsibility. But Andy Garcia's character still adamantly wants to try and get into being the head of this family. And there's this guy who somehow he thinks he's like betrayed him somehow, and Andy's character like bites the guy's ear. I think he bites his right ear, and there's a very grisly scene. And then there's a scene where Vincent Mancini, that's Andy Garcia's character, and him and Michael Corleone are at this meeting of a bunch of other gangster family heads, the leaders of these other gangster families, I think. And then we don't know what comes down, but we think there are these lights, and then all the people, every person in there except Michael and Vincent get killed by a bunch of shooting going on, and we don't see what it is, but as we all know that it's a helicopter. And Vincent ends up Michael ends up handing over the power to Vincent on really just out of he decides to, and then, but on one condition, Vincent should no longer see uh, his Michael's daughter. Mary Corleone is her name, so Vincent has to stop their relationship with her. And then I think Mary, I think she shoots herself, and then Michael, oh, that moment when she shot is so beautiful. He's crying over her body. And before Vincent becomes the new godfather in the family, he and Mary, they start having a really sweet relationship. There's this one scene where they're cooking with each other, and so they start really getting to like each other. And Vincent has that guy who is I don't know I forget what the problem was, but Vincent hates him, so he has some guys of his shoot and kill that guy, and Michael is adamantly he didn't want that to happen. Right or wrong, it was not what he wanted. This is also about when Michael trying to reconcile his demons, and he repents the bad things that he did to a father, to a priest. He also tries to rectify his relationship with his wife, and she still tries to stay away from him. She wants nothing to do with him anymore. So that's heartbreaking. This is the most tender out of all in the trilogy, in my opinion. And this is the one that's the least liked and the one that's the most hated. I don't get it. But I admit it, I enjoy watching The Godfather Part 3. So, I don't know if there's anything else I can say about this one, so if you haven't already, I would highly appreciate it if you would subscribe up here if you're watching the video by itself, or subscribe down here if you're watching the video on my channel. Sofia Coppola had a really good part in this. She's probably the character that gets the most criticism, and I thought she was really good in this. This is the most, as I said, the most tender of the trilogy. It's the sweetest, and this is the one that to me has the most heartfelt emotion out of all in the whole trilogy. Oh, and then there's this, I think Michael also is he's sent by this dead body. I forget who it is, and he's also he's saying, where did I go wrong, and he has a very beautiful speech at that moment. So this is a very powerful installment in the trilogy, and unfortunately this is the final one, because Mario Puzo, the author of the book and the writer of these, passed away, I think sometime last decade. So The Godfather Part 3, I do recommend it, and just watch it with an open mind. So I don't know if there's anything else I can say about it, so stay cool and roll out to the movies. Bye.